up? What's up? What's up? How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Josh? Nice to see you.
Good,
As
man.
always,
Good.
love talking TV. Every
Heck
Tuesday, I look
yeah.
forward to it.
Heck yeah. It's 5 o'clock. We're here every single Tuesday, 5
Yes.
p.m. Pacific. It's August 8th. We're one day after Sidney Crosby's birthday. He's born August 7th, 1987. So 8787. Hence his jersey number, David, 87.
Josh, I don't know if I've ever told you this before. I used to be a little bit of a Penguins fan back then. I've never been the biggest hockey enthusiast. I of course, grew up outside of Buffalo, so I did watch some of the Sabres, back in the Hijack days, and then a little bit later with Ryan Miller as our goalies. We've had some good goalies. But early, back when I was a kid, I used to love, Jaromir Jagr and Lemieux, like all those guys. And I was kind of a little like a quiet Pittsburgh fan. Like I would root for Pittsburgh. I have no idea besides who's on their team now, but I used to.
Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin. We just got Erik Karlsson in a deal. I mean, we're on the up and up.
All right. Okay.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for putting down your books and picking up your remotes and watching us here on TV Talk. Again, we're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you guys want to super chat the show, it helps support the show. You guys can also Streamlabs at streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. I will pull up a Streamlabs here. I should always do it before the show, David. And I'll be honest, I just straight up forget.
We'll forgive you, Josh. That's okay.
Thanks.
We'll forgive you.
I also got spray paint in my eye this morning.
What were you spray painting?
We have some of these white PVC pipe for irrigation on the property, and I was painting them green to like match the foliage, so you don't see these white pipes everywhere. And it was a little windy, and boom, I got spray paint in my eyeball, and here I am. I think like my eyes a little blurry. Forget it. As long as I'm not wearing an eye patch, I should be fine, right?
Right. You'll be fine. That's fine. Spray paint. Put your son.
Am I better than Nick Fury? Am I better than Nick Fury, David?
Well, Nick has the scar too.
I'm a cat.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. It's from a cat. Like what? I don't know. I can't log into the StreamYards now.
Oh no.
Well, I'll figure it out. Well, if you did put a Streamlabs in, you can put it in and then tell me you put a Streamlabs in and then put the comment on the YouTube video. Is that too many steps? Maybe. But, here we are anyway. David, I've missed you terribly. How's your TV watching been?
It's been good. I watched some golf this weekend. Watched some Live Tour.
Ooh,
saw that Bryson DeChambeau shoot that 58, which is pretty impressive. I'm not like necessarily the biggest supporter of Live Golf, but when I heard he was shooting a very low round. I had to check it out. It's pretty impressive. So
well done.
And I've been really into golf this summer. I've been playing a little bit more. I've been working on my game, taking some lessons, just trying to be as good as I can with the limited amount of time I play. I don't play as much as I used to, but I'm trying.
And you're missing the Queen's Cup to go on a trip with your dad.
I know.
You'd like to. God.
I know.
We have to get you next year. Year.
Yes, definitely.
Good to see everybody in chat. Michael Kautzer, haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Kind of cool, Greg, the legend. Greg Geddes, he's the man. I love Greg. Jonathan Peck. Josh was out late spray painting the city. I am not a tagger, and I also live way out in the sticks. So the only thing I could tag is like a barn or a deer. If I see it. And I will say the deer here, David, they are fearless. They will come at you like a spider monkey. They will not move, especially the ones on the golf course. I've hit deer with golf balls. They don't move.
They have them down here too. Yeah, up in near Laverne area. Marshall Canyon Golf Course is very well known for its plethora of deer. There are a lot of deer on the course. They just kind of look at you. They just sit there and look at you. They don't care.
Just turn your nose up to you. Good to see Brittany Parker in the chat. The DDLD. I don't know what that stands for, but I'm guessing it's the Dungeons and Dragons Lord Doctor. That's my guess. What do you think, David? The Dungeons and Dragons Lord Doctor.
I want to see that movie. I heard it's actually pretty good. It's on Paramount Plus. Speaking of streaming, Dungeons and Dragons film. It's supposed to be good. It's got Chris Pine.
Nice.
Regé Jean Page is in there.
Regé Jean Page.
Regé Jean Page.
Regé Jean Page.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good. I've heard. Check it out. Dungeons and
Dragons. I watched like the first 5 episodes of Bridgerton. Yeah, 5 of them, David, with my wife.
That's pretty good.
And I got to tell you, I hated it.
Really?
I did not like that show.
You didn't like the modern music? They're playing, some Taylor Swift, some classical Taylor Swift.
I didn't mind that part. Mind that part. As somebody that is jealous of seeing a lot of people going to the Eras tour, I didn't. I didn't didn't love Bridgerton, but you know what I love? Like, for instance, the Moulin Rouge movie, when they're singing, doing all of like the modern music. And, when Glee would do mashups of like Journey songs. Listen, I only probably watched like 8 total episodes of Glee, but every time I tuned in, I was like, boom. There's a Journey song. Give me like a classic rock mashup with a cappella. I'm in.
I do feel left out of the Eras Tour. I'm not even a Swiftie. I would never call myself that, but it just seems like everybody who goes, even people that aren't into Taylor Swift, like dads that are bringing the kids, everybody's having a good time. Everybody says the show is incredible. She's doing 6. This is tonight's night 6 in LA. 3.5 hours, 6 nights in a row at SoFi, all sold out. Just killing it. I hear she's killing it. I mean, I got to give it up to Taylor. I mean, she's like the biggest. She's even, I don't know, she's got to be the biggest star out right now in terms of music anyway.
And I don't think it's close.
No. They say like this tour is going to break all records. Like it's insane. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah. Sign me. I'm not a Swiftie.
No.
But okay, here's the thing. I've said it and I've gotten hate for it. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And I'm a Swiftie. Brittany Parker, I'm a Swiftie. And I'm going to say that straight up. I talked to Taylor Swift is better than like 99% of artists out there. What she's been able to do in her career, like give me Taylor Swift over Prince. Like we're talking solo artist. Yeah, I mean, Prince super talented. I'm not trying to like hack on a dead man, but more singles, more hit songs. I know it's not cool to say. I know you either love Taylor Swift or you hate her, but guess what? You can't knock what she's done. You can't knock.
I mean, I might say Prince is maybe more talented musician on that, but in terms of like delivering the hits and staying on top, I mean, Taylor's, she's insane. It's crazy.
And I will say, David, yes,
I have seen Prince in concert, by the way, and it was incredible. It was 3 hours, and he was amazing.
I mean, I can imagine he's awesome. I'm not taking anything away from Prince. I'm saying Prince is part of the 1%. Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, Prince, Mariah Carey, Adele, the Rolling Stones. Like these are the people that will last forever. These are the music fans that can tour until they're dead. I will say, in recent albums, Taylor Swift has not given us the bangers that we've wanted. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Since the album was Shake It Off, all the COVID album was very sad. I know it was a breakup. She had the Hole in My Sweater song or like the Cardigan or whatever. And then the new one, like Anti-Hero is a banger, but you're not playing Anti-Hero at a wedding and going off on it, right?
No.
Cruel Summer, a banger, but you're not going to a wedding and dancing your teats off to it.
Yeah, I guess, I see what you're saying. It's not really like music that makes me want to dance, but I like her lyrics. Like I like listening to the stories, what she's saying. But I guess I don't really want to dance. Yeah.
Look at us, just two bald dads talking about Taylor Swift. Let's talk some TV. That's what the people are here for. First and foremost, David, who do you think should be on the Ryder Cup team? Do you think Justin Thomas or Bryson DeChambeau?
Well, Thomas didn't even make the FedEx, right? He's out.
Yeah, but DeChambeau isn't even on the PGA Tour, bud.
I guess recency bias, but DeChambeau did really well. Not really, but he had a good tournament at the PGA. I think he was in the top 15 or something like that. I don't know. I'd like to see DeChambeau. I think he's just kind of fun to watch. I know he's not always the most liked on the tour, but just because of the way, I just like the way he swings. Like he's got these he has like the same size. I don't know, all his clubs the same, like the length of him or something. Yeah. Like he plays a weird style of golf. I don't know.
I think I need to lengthen my wedge. I feel like this is golf. This
needs to be as long as your driver. Yeah.
Not that long, but something in between. Maybe as long as like my 8-iron. It just feels like my wedges I feel like I'm bent over. I don't know. I keep playing. Here we go. All right. First off, David.
Yes.
Taylor Sheridan, the new series coming out from Taylor Sheridan, one of his 700 shows that he currently has across Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus has him locked down like a music label. Every time he comes out with a single, boom, it's a TV show. Boom. This one, finally, David, based on true events, lawman Bass Reeves. And tell the people what it's about.
Well, it's a Western based on a real legendary U.S. Marshal, black U.S. Marshal he was formerly enslaved. He's formerly in slavery. This is being played by the great, I'm going to butcher his name, I always do, but David Oyelowo. He played
David
Martin
Oyelowo.
Oyelowo. Yeah, see, I always butcher. I apologize, David. I'll just call him David O. And David O was also in Selma, who played Martin Luther King. And actually, it's funny that he's a British guy and he keeps getting these iconic American people. But I'm so glad they're bringing this to the screen. If you want to see some first look photos, go to Vanity Fair. They have a whole spread. And the show, I mean, these are just still images, no trailer, but it looks great. It looks beautiful. Taylor Sheridan knows how to do Westerns. I mean, I can't wait for this to come out. I hope that it's not going to be, I didn't see if it's going to be delayed or anything. I mean, I think it's probably it's probably all filmed, I would hope. Right? It's got to be in the can by now, but it looks fantastic.
Because I loved Yellowstone. I enjoyed 1883. I enjoyed 1923, but it's all fiction. And I know Deadwood was sort of, it was based on real characters. It wasn't based on like true events per se. But I love that Taylor Sheridan's getting this Old West, true story in there. I got to give a shout out to Justin Channels because this makes me happy. The Clarks and Rusted Root are better bands than T Swift 412. The Clarks and Rusted Root are from Pittsburgh, David. They are Pittsburgh bands. Okay. Rusted Root, you would know. Send me on my way. What? Like that's Rusted Root.
Yeah, I know that one.
Pittsburgh. And the Clarks are such a regional band. I've never heard them on the radio outside of Pittsburgh, but people in Pittsburgh flock to their concerts. They sell out. They're like Donnie Iris. You ever heard of Donnie Iris?
No.
Donnie Iris was a classic rock legend.
Johnny or Donnie?
Donnie Iris.
Donnie Iris. Okay.
Love is like a rock. But yeah, I'm pumped for this show, man. I think that the more true events things that Taylor Sheridan can get into, I'm into. I also loved Tulsa King. So if Taylor Sheridan wants to leave the Old West, I think I'm okay with that.
Yep.
But seeing a story about the first Black Marshal, because you don't hear a lot about that world at all and Black people in that world. No. So having like the first Black Marshal over, like west of the Mississippi and what he's going through, I don't know where in the timeline Wyatt Earp is in this or where in the timeline some of these other people are. That's the kind of stuff I would like to see. So you go like, oh, Wyatt Earp, that kind of
stuff.
I
hope he crossed paths with some other pretty famous historical figures. I think there was Josh, this is way back in the day. I don't know if you remember this. Remember Mario Van Peebles, the actor, director? Yes. He did a movie called Posse way back in the day. And it was a movie about Black cowboys, but you don't see that very often. I mean, we get Tombstone, which I love. We get Wyatt Earp, we get Deadwood, but it's cool that Taylor Sheridan's doing this. He's just he might be the Taylor Swift of TV in terms of showrunners. That guy, he just keeps churning out hits. Also, too, I see Justin mentioned. I don't know if you mentioned it. You might have mentioned it, Josh, that he's watching Lioness Special Ops and loving it. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's an ad for the Marines. It's like, hey, you should join the Marines, but it's so entertaining. I'm loving it. So it's been 4 episodes. I'm loving it so far.
MKS Songbird, Mayor of Kingstown isn't bad either. Mayor of Kingstown that's Taylor Sheridan too?
Yeah, that's Jeremy Renner.
Oh, that's the one in Jeremy Boston, Renner, right?
It's and it's like there's a prison, and the guy, is it Coach in it? Is it Coach from Friday Night Lights? I think he's in it.
Kyle Chandler's in it?
I think Kyle Chandler's in it. I think
that
he is.
Mayor of Kingstown. Here we go. Thriller series. Kyle Chandler is in it. Mitch McCluskey. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Hugh Dillon. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think I can do another Boston show. I don't think I can do another Boston.
Jeremy Renner, it's Boston. He did a great job in The Town. He did the accent, even though he's not from that area, but he did a good job. Yeah.
I'm just over corrupt Boston cops. Like, okay, we got The Wire, and then 20 years later, we Own This City. Okay. It feels like every year a Boston legal. This is in Boston. That's in Boston. And all this crimes in Boston. I'm over Boston.
Well, that was Baltimore. City. Wire was Baltimore.
I know, that's what I mean. Baltimore, and then 20 years later, but it seems like every other year we come out with a Boston show.
It's those East Coast cities. Yeah. It's those East Coast cities. Yeah.
Because wasn't like City on a Hill, the one with Kevin Bacon?
That's Boston. Yep.
True. I'm done with Boston. We've heard the accent. Everybody butchers it. Everybody from Boston hates it, and we're done. Yes.
Only if Affleck and Damon that's the only time they can do it. They have to Affleck and Damon need to be involved.
That's even then everybody from Boston's like their accents are terrible. I'm like, who cares? They're representing you. They're the future of your city. They love you guys. They can do no wrong. Holy shit. Claiborne Davis says that Taylor Sheridan's become the Christopher Nolan of TV. People will watch his shows, just all of his name. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Who Taylor Sheridan's from Boston? Okay, yeah, right.
Really?
What you know. The Departed and Black Mass are set in Boston. Congratulations. Couldn't stand either movie. And everybody's going to say, you didn't like The Departed? The Departed is not Martin Scorsese's best work. And it's not even, it's
not
okay.
his best.
It's not his best.
I like it, but it's not his best, no. Okay. And Black Mass, that was Michael Mann. I saw it, but I don't remember it. I think I remember.
I couldn't get past Johnny Depp's teeth.
Yeah, Johnny Depp, I don't remember as much of him, but who's the co-star from Breaking Bad and El Camino? Jesse Plemons. I remember Jesse Plemons more than Johnny Depp in that role. He in that performance. Mass. He was really Black Mass. He was good. He's a
great actor. He was,
like
what he was great in was the Fargo season that he was in.
Very good.
Holy moly. Him and his wife, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. And he's going to be in the Killers of a Flower Moon, the new Scorsese. Speaking of Marty Scorsese, he's going to be the new Scorsese movie.
Wow. Joe Brisboys, off topic, obviously. Please tell me y'all watched Under the Banner of Heaven in the last year-ish. David, talk to us about Under the Banner of Heaven.
Under the Banner of Heaven is a true crime story with the great Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, who plays a detective in a small town, and I believe it's in Utah. So it's about the Mormon community, and it's excellent. Wyatt Russell is in there. Sam Worthington from Avatar is in there as well. It's really good. It was a miniseries, like 6 or 7 episodes. Those are like my top 3 shows were all FX shows in 2022. It was The Old Man, The Bear, and Under the Banner of Heaven. Those are like 3 of my top shows in last year.
So Under the Banner of Heaven was where again? Where am I watching this?
Hulu. It's it's one of those like FX on Hulu shows. I think it was Hulu. Yeah.
Once I'm done with Mayans, I'm almost done with Mayans. It's almost over, David.
Okay.
Is it
Under the Banner of Heaven is not a heavy lift. It's one and done. You get one and done.
Phew. Okay.
Not a heavy lift.
Thanks, Claiborne Davis. I've always thought Departed was a little overrated. DDL, 2 very overhyped films. Justin Channel says, because any show about the West Coast cities would be like the skit The Californians from SNL. Wrong. I'm not asking for shows about LA either. Like, let's put a show in Austin, Texas. What's it like there? What's the crime in Dallas like? What's the crime in Jacksonville, Miami? What's the crime in like Charlotte, North Carolina? How about Detroit? We're getting that in Primeval City. What about it like a crime? There's crime everywhere. If you're going to do it, if all you're looking for is Boston accents, let's get dirtier accents. Hell, David, you watched it. Mayor of Easttown was such a big deal because we heard Kate Middlesex. What's her last name? Kate. No,
Winslet. Middlesex.
Middlesex. That's pretty fun.
You're thinking of Kate Middleton. You're thinking of the future queen. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, that show's so good," because she was speaking in that hideous South Philly accent, in that Philly like the Delco accent, right?
You know what I'll say, Josh? Guys, real quick about regional shows. I think not the best regional shows, but it helps. That's why I love Bosch so much. And this is from the Michael Colony, Bosch, is that you get parts of LA you can actually go see. Like Bosch is like, hey, I'm going to take you to Musso and Frank's for martinis, and they film inside Musso and Frank's, and he's having martinis. If you visit LA, if you want to come visit LA, you can go to Musso and Frank's and have a martini, or he'll go to Dupar's and get pancakes. I wouldn't go to Dupar's and get pancakes, but you can do that. The problem with most shows is they're not filmed where they say they are. So like half the time they don't go anywhere. Like I was watching an episode of the Scandal one. Yeah, it's just I wish they would. I wish they would do that more. It's just they just don't.
You're right.
Yeah.
Jonathan Peck says, "How about a Seattle crime show?" Now, I don't know if you remember
Grey's Anatomy. Is Grey's Anatomy Seattle?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I mean, that's not a crime show, but
just the back lot of CBS Radford, or ABC, the one over in Echo Park. No, what do you remember the show The Killing on? Was it?
Yes.
Was it FX or AMC? One of them.
AMC,
I love that show.
It was Joel Kinnaman.
Joel Kinnaman. Mm-hmm. That show was great. Oh man. The DDLD, the Dungeons and Dragons Lord Doctor. Mayor of Easttown was supposed to be in Delco. You're right. Hey, I corrected myself at the end. I said Delco, Delaware County, close to the Delaware border in Pennsylvania. This is war, Macuga. I'll be honest. I got a lot of friends from Delco. I got family that live in Delco. It's the only part of Philadelphia that outside Philadelphia that I like. Everything else is just a giant piece of trash. I want some shows set in Colorado. There you go. How about some Denver shows, David?
Yeah, Denver. Yep.
Yeah, Justin Channel says it best. A Pittsburgh crime show, Donner's Celebrity. It was holding up the Kogos. Yes.
Ooh, Pittsburgh. What was the show, Josh? We both watched it. On Skinamax. Wasn't that Pittsburgh?
Oh, Banshee.
No, it was. No,
they went to Pittsburgh a couple times, but they never.
Oh, it was Amish country.
It was Amish country outside Pittsburgh, like 2 hours outside. Yeah. But Justin Channels is right, man. Dude, you put a show down Pittsburgh and you give the people the actual accents, okay? People's trying to rob people there all the time. They got murder, they got drugs, they got tech, they got rich people, they got poor people. Pittsburgh's dying for a good show in that. How about Ross Bristow's San Diego TV shows? I would watch a San Diego show. It's the biggest, it's like, or how about Reno? Give us like a gross Reno show. What other, how about Phoenix or Scottsdale? There's got to be some crime in Phoenix. It's 130 degrees. People are freaking out. I'm just tired of Boston, David. I'm tired of it. Sorry for yelling. All right, we're already halfway through the show and we're only through our first story. As per usual. But I do want to see Under the Kingdom of Heaven, David. You sold me on it. That's next.
It's very good.
Okay. Up next. The TCAs, David, they put up the nominees and they didn't have an award show because of the strike. So they announced the winners. They just announced the winners. Okay, so they have the winners here. So here we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, folks, I'm really bad. I am a TCA member. I am still a TCA member. Television Critics Association. And I have not been a good member lately. I'll just admit that.
David, I'm going to be writing the TCAs a very poignant email about their. They should probably get rid of you. I think so.
They probably should. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I had a good run for a while. It was good.
You did. You had your run, dude. You had it. Program of the year winner Succession up against Abbott Elementary and/or Better Call Saul, Poker Face, The Bear, The Last of Us. The other two in Program of the Year in The White Lotus. David, I've been telling you about the other two. Don't sleep on the other two.
I know.
Okay.
I haven't seen. I need to watch White. I saw like a couple episodes of White Lotus, and I know
the
people
second
love
one
it.
or the first one or both.
The first one. I've only seen a couple episodes of season one. I just didn't stick with it. It didn't grab me. I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad.
Okay. Sorry. So I listen, Succession deserves it up against all those other shows. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve it. But the fact that the other two got in there in Program of the Year, that's kind of like, I'll be honest, David, it's kind of like if the Oscars gave a nom to a comedy, because all of these other ones really aren't funny.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy if you look at last year, which is cool. Abbott actually won Program of the Year for TCA last year, which is crazy. Because it went, it was going up against all the heavy hitters, and Abbott won. I think, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what the television critics thought. Mm-hmm.
We got a super chat in here, David, from the
two super chats.
Oh, back to backers from the Tumbling Turdnado. That is a great name, the Tumbling Turdnado. Thank you, sir, for making me giggle today on a Tuesday. Half 1 out of 2. Are you guys familiar with Project Greenlight by Damon and Affleck? They rebooted it with Kumail Nanjiani and Issa Rae on Max. I remember the first one, and then 2 out of 2.
I am familiar. I've never watched it, but I am familiar with it.
I never watched it. I like sort of caught the first season, and then 2 out of 2. That would have been an interesting show if it was produced this past few months. No writers, no actors, and no production.
It's a tough time right now. It's a tough time.
Yeah. A lot of those shows like Project Greenlight, that you submit and then you get in, and then I don't know. Those shows are really hard to watch, but also it gives you a really bright light into just how hard it is to get something made. It is so hard. I mean, I have friends that do really well, that are pretty famous actors, and they can't get shit made. They can't get anything made, right? Unless you're Reese Witherspoon or you get super, super, super lucky, like Abbott Elementary. Like you have to get so lucky that so many different people want your show to get it made. It's
Yeah, I mean the stories. I mean, everybody hears the stories of like how Tarantino and some of those guys back in the day got felt like, oh, they got a script in front of Weinstein or something like that. It's like, oh, who is this guy? And I mean, that's just it's hard. I mean, it's like you need talent, and you need a little luck.
Yes,
I feel like you need a little luck too to kind of go your way. It's a really tough business, and right now it's Josh. I'll say it real quick. I just wanted to say I noticed that it's so weird with the strike right now. All these shows are coming out, and I just had no idea that they were coming. It's like you have Only Murders in the Building is out. You know, big new show, final season of that show on Hulu. Huge show, premiered last night, or I think today technically. Didn't even know it was coming back out because Selena Gomez isn't doing anything. All those, nobody's promoting anything. Even Winning Time on HBO, a huge show. It got tons of Emmy nominations. No one, because there's no John C. Reilly doing, you know, funny jokes on late night. You know, there's just no one's doing any tours right now.
They're just dropping. They're just dropping.
It's so
John McCoy said, I just logged on. Did the boys speak about Winning Time yet? I watched the first episode. I just put it in, like, turn up the volume. I turned the volume. Here's the thing. I don't think we needed another season after the first one. I'll be honest. But because I thought it was just going to be a limited series. That's how it was originally pitched. Yeah. Was the Winning Time was just going to be about, because it's based on a book about that first season of Jerry Buss buying all that stuff. And so now we're getting into a lot more of like the Magic Johnson drama, like baby mama drama. And I think these seasons, but what I am looking forward to is like the when it becomes Showtime and it becomes the Lakers Celtics rivalry and seeing what they do with it. I did like this first episode, but I did not love it as much as I loved the first one. And maybe it was just because it was so new. I don't know.
It might take some time. It's going to take some time to settle back in, you know, to get used to the flow. I still have high hopes for it. I think it's still going to be good. I love the cast.
Yeah. Oh, me too. The cast is so unbelievable. Good. Yeah. That John McCoy says, I like where the story will go, however, this season. Yeah. So I guess there's going to be a lot of like flash forwards and flashes to 1984. I guess it won't just be like one season. I
was wondering like how are they going to cover, because Magic, he wins his last title in 88. He wins 5 titles. You know, he's won more as a part owner. But yeah, I wonder like how far they're going to go with this.
And then they go. His last finals was the one against Jordan and the Bulls.
Yeah, and what if they're going to go to then like they'll go Winning Time, the Chicago Bulls, the rise of the Chicago Bulls. That would be good too. I'd love to see that. I'd love to
take the Last Dance and make it scripted.
Yes, yes.
I would definitely watch that. MKS Songbird Reservations Dog is back and still fantastic. I will watch Res Dogs. I need to finish Mayans. I cannot. I have to get through this stupid show, and I have limited TV watching, so I'm one-offing with some of the shows with Amanda. She's watching some other stuff, but I'm going to finish Mayans, then I'm going to go and finish season 2 of Res Dogs to get into season 3. I got to finish all these Hulu FX shows that I have to finish. I got to finish What We Do in the Shadows, David. I got to finish David.
There's a new show with Sigourney Weaver on Prime Video on Amazon that's supposed to be really good. It's like Lost Flowers, Alice Hart or something. I mean, again, Sigourney's not doing promotion right now, I don't think, but I mean, it's supposed to be very well done, which is funny because she's in a movie that I saw recently with Joel Edgerton, which is also about flowers, called Master Gardener. So it's funny that she has 2 projects out in the last couple of years that have to do with flowers, but it's supposed to be very good.
Her florist phase, David.
Going to florist phase.
Sigourney. She's weaving her way through some flowers. See what I did?
And AJ's mentioning Futurama. I know it's back. I haven't even had a chance to watch it. It's just something else to watch.
Never watched an episode of Futurama.
I love Futurama.
I've heard it's amazing. I've never watched an episode. I love Family Guy. I love The Simpsons. I'm sure I'll love Futurama. There's only so much I can put on my plate, David. It's like when you go to a buffet, right? Now imagine this buffet is full of all of your favorite food, but the plate's only so big, and you can stack it, but then all of your favorite foods kind of get contaminated. And you got your pasta carbonara touching your T-bone steak, and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to move that. Like, so you got all these things on there, and some things get shoved off, and unfortunately, Futurama.
Yeah, it's probably not happening.
Yeah. MKS Songbird, The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart. That sounds like a band. That sounds like an indie band. Yeah.
It looks heavy. Like the images I've seen looks it's a drama. It's a serious show. I don't think there's a lot of laughs in that show, but it's supposed to be good.
Sigourney Weaver, sometimes funny, 1% of the time, 99% of the time.
She will always have my heart because of Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like iconic because of that. But yeah, I don't think about her as like a comedic actor. I liked her in Ghostbusters, but
at this point in their live, who wins in a fight, Sigourney Weaver or Jamie Lee Curtis?
In real life, if it's like Ripley versus Sigourney. Sigourney's like 6 foot. She's giant. She really? Not that Jamie Lee couldn't be scrappy, but yeah, Sigourney's like, she's tall, very tall.
Okay. No, I
love Jamie Lee though. I didn't know hate against Jamie. I love Jamie.
But after watching The Bear, I think Jamie Lee Curtis might take out Sigourney Weaver at the legs. True.
She's got the little crazy factor going. Ripley's not. She's got some issues, but I wouldn't call her crazy.
Okay.
No. That's tough. That's a tough one.
Daniel Sevilla says Linda Hamilton. She's not in the fight. That's who they fight. That's the big boss. Linda Hamilton's so much tougher than everybody else.
Yep.
John McCoy says, how much time, if any, do you give to watching the Pirates game? That's zero. That's a zero-sum effort, John. It's not that I don't love my Pittsburgh Pirates. It's not that I'm not a fan of the franchise. I'm just tired of being abused. It'd be like if I was a Jets fan. Year in and year out, I am completely just trashed by my ownership group, by management, by all of that. Okay? And that's what Pirates fans are. We get amazing talent and we sell it off. And we have great talent. We don't surround it with anybody because we want to make enough money just to stay profitable and then sell off the talent, David. And me as a fan of the city of Pittsburgh, I am tired of it. I can't go. I can't do it anymore.
You guys have a beautiful stadium, though. I love how you can see the bridge in the background.
Yes.
I don't understand. The Dodgers have all this money, so much money. In the stadium, it's like
trash.
It's crap. It's bad stadium.
Trash.
And they have so much money.
Yeah.
Building, there's all these stadiums all across the country that are gorgeous. Even Petco down in San Diego, gorgeous. Dodgers, crap.
No, it's horrible trash. And you can't afford any real estate anywhere in the city of Los Angeles to build another one. So, I mean, the only place that you would really want to put it is near the beach, so you could actually get like a breeze and maybe cooler temperatures. No, but instead you're in Chavez Ravine, where there's no shade in that stadium in a day game. Everybody is roasting. Daniel Sevilla, Jets fans are hyped again. Let them get hyped. Let them get hyped. Give them this. Jonathan Peck, have you guys seen the trailer for BS High, Doc, on HBO? I just saw it before Winning Time. It's about that, I think it's called like Bishop Sycamore or something. They made up this high school of basically professional football players to play high school. Yeah, they weren't even going to school. It looked awesome. Oh, Doom Coast 12. Haven't seen you in ever. I'm being abused as a Rockies fan, as I don't blame you, but at least I got the Avs and Nuggets. Broncos give me false hope every year. So let's see. Hey, that's being a sports fan. Yes. False hope is what everything is born on. You build yourself up, David, and then your legs get taken out from you.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, so Doom Coast, you'll understand my pain. I've had a lot of pain over the years since I've been born. 4 Super Bowls. No wins. Now with Josh Allen, we have hope every year, and it just seems to not come through. Well, we'll see. Maybe this year. There's always hope. Maybe this year.
Andy, hope is a dangerous thing.
It is.
It's
a very dangerous thing. It really is.
David, what do you think of Deadlock? Daniel Sevilla asked.
Sorry, Daniel. Good question. I've only watched the one episode, but I enjoyed it. Okay. I thought it was good. I like how, I was telling you, Josh, last week, it's kind of making fun of the small, even though it's Australian, the small British, small town. There's a murder mystery in this town. It makes fun of it, but there's some really good heart and comedy. So it's on Amazon. Yeah, Deadlock. I thought it was Scottish, but it's not. It's Australian.
Yeah.
It's got to be Scottish.
Deadlock.
It's got to be. It's Lock. It's no, it's Australian.
Rise of Blight. All right.
Well.
Okay, let's get through the rest of this news as fast as we can. We got a lot to get to. Okay, there was a sort of teaser, but I just want to know what your thoughts are. Are you excited? Are you highly anticipating the Continental, the John Wick show?
I'm a little bit mad on it. I mean, I'll check it out. I hope it's good, but I mean, the movies are just so good. John Wick 4 was one of the better cinematic experiences I've had in a long time. So I don't know. I'm kind of mad on it, but we'll see. Who knows? It could surprise us. I mean, if they do the kind of fight choreography that they do in the films, I'm down. I'll watch that just for eye candy.
Right? There's got to be at least gun food because there's only 3 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be some gun fu in this that leads to what? John Wick 5?
Oh, they're going to do another John Wick for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
John McCoy with a great question. David, is Reacher going to have a season 2 anytime soon? Because I loved Reacher season 1.
Well, it has been announced. We do know officially that Reacher. No, yeah, I say we. I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say, but there was some news released recently. Yes, okay. Collider has reported that Reacher season 2 looks like it's slated for December. There's no specific date, but December of 2023 is the hope. Yeah, there was a teaser release, I believe. Amazon did like a this is what's coming on Prime Video in the future, and so it's coming.
Can't wait. Jack Reacher was finally we got a good Jack Reacher. I the movies are fine. They're shot in Pittsburgh, so I'm a little partial to them, but the Tom Cruise Jack Reachers are very bland. They're a very bland situation. Zeno Hour says 3 episodes total. Yeah, the Continental's only 3 episodes. It's only going to be 3 episodes. So and that's right. MKS Songbird. Continental is a prequel. I knew that. I meant to be like, will it lead up to John Wick? Like, or will we eventually get to? I don't know. You know what I mean? Okay.
But can we really trust Collider though? So taking shots at Collider. Hey, that was our old employer back in the day.
Dang. What up?
No. Other outlets have reported this. This is not just just Collider.
Apparently, David, you can buy Tony Soprano's boat, the Stugatz. You can buy it $300,000. It's up for sale. Which led me to the question is what kind of stuff from TV would you want to own? Like if they put stuff up for auction, what would you buy? Would you buy like Jerry Seinfeld's refrigerator or his couch or the bike that hangs in the background? Would you buy the little frame around the door in Friends? What would you buy? What would you get there?
I mean, I have to go with some of the Game of Thrones memorabilia. I mean, just like the swords, you know, like to have what did Arya have? Was it Needle?
Yeah, the needle sword.
The needle sword. Then of course Ned's massive sword. I'm forgetting forgive me, Game of Thrones fans. I'm forgetting all the names. I know they all have names, but I would love some of those, like some of the swords and stuff.
Wolfthorn, isn't his like Wolf Blade? Wolf Man?
Something. I don't know. Wolf Man. Well, they had what were the? I'm so off.
Jon Snow's was something like a wolf. Wolfsbane.
I think it is. I think you're right. I think you're right on that. Yeah, I think you're right.
I wouldn't mind. Like maybe one of the helmets from Game of Thrones that they wear. You know, like a soldier helmet, something like that.
Well, Seinfeld would be like, can I have like the Pez dispenser, like that Pez dispenser, something like that. Think about Seinfeld.
That's good. That's good. That's good. What about the? Oh man. Maybe like the I'm trying to think. I wish I would have like put more thought into something that I could own.
That's tough. I mean, I feel like I can think more movies than I can TV. That's tough.
The RV from Breaking Bad that they cooked the meth in the first episode.
Yes, and to go on a road trip with it.
That'd
be a great road trip.
Yes, it would be. Ooh, we could crush a road trip in that. Anybody else put some thoughts in there? Dave and I can talk about things that you would buy from a TV show.
Talk to Daniel. I have humble brag. I apologize, humble brag. I have actually been inside the Rocinante. Now, granted, it's on a stage, so it's like a section of. It's not the whole ship, but I got to go to a set visit for The Expanse when it came back on Amazon for I think that was season 4, and we actually got to go inside the cockpit of the Rocinante, which was cool. I mean, all the the LCD screens and like you could like everything's tactile, even though it's not a real ship. You can actually like push buttons and things happen. Like it's so cool. It's so cool.
I wouldn't mind owning one of Tony Soprano's or Michael or like Christopher Moltisanti's track suits from Sopranos. You know, like one of those. I wouldn't mind like one of Better Call Saul's suits, one of those loud, hideous suit tie combos.
His tie collection, sure.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to think of like, the Knight Rider car. That would be
that'd be cool.
That'd be a fun one to own. The glasses that David that he wears in CSI Miami. Yeah. And he always takes down his glasses.
I don't know anything about the CSI world.
Me neither. But I know it from just the thing. How about one of Dr. in Grey's Anatomy, one of their scrubs?
Oh, okay, Grace. Yeah, I got the Grace.
I don't really care. I couldn't care.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Josh, Francisco Lopez was asking about Primeval.
Yeah,
asking if we can go straight to watch City Primeval, or should you go back and watch all of Justified? I think that's
okay. Here's what I would say. is watch the pilot of Justified.
Yeah.
And then go watch City Primeval.
That's good because they mentioned Miami a lot and him trying to get back to Miami. So if you want to know why they're talking about Miami, I thought he was in Harlan County in most Justified. Yeah, watch the pilot. Yeah, that's good, Josh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Watch the pilot. But you can go right into it. It's fantastic. The City Primeval has been awesome. I get to watch that tonight.
Tonight. Yeah, everything's on Tuesdays. I feel like everything's on Tuesdays.
David, you wrote in the rundown. You wanted to talk about the strike.
I already kind of mentioned it. It's just weird that how shows are dropping right now and there's no promotion.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I feel like where's like Selena Gomez and where's Steve Martin? Like, why aren't they why am I not watching clips of them on Instagram or a late night show doing like why is John C. Reilly not on the Today Show being charming and funny? Like, where's Adrian Brody? Where is everybody? But it's like, oh, they're at home. They're on vacation. They're just
on
strike. Yeah, no one's promoting anything. It's just weird. It's kind of weird.
Yep. Scott Welsh says the pivot couch from Friends. How about Ross's leather pants from Friends? That'd be pretty funny to have. The Martin Crane chair from Frasier.
Yeah,
I would take like a mug from Cheers. Also,
that's
that.
a good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of the good old sitcoms.
Yeah,
The Simpsons is one of my favorite, even though it's animated. So I guess I can't physically have anything, but I love The Simpsons.
Brittany Parker says Phoebe's guitar from Friends, so I can finally have motivation to learn. That would be a very fun one for sure. The Frogger machine from Seinfeld that George tries to get.
Yes, love that Frogger.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know I keep going back to Seinfeld. I'm trying to think. Maybe the sheriff's badge from Banshee.
Rick's hat in The Walking Dead. Josh, you are still watching The Walking Dead. You still watch it. I think Rick's whole outfit, his whole outfit.
I want Daryl's crossbow. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yes. Scott Welsh says pre or post paste. That's for the leather pants. What's up, Yash? Good to see you, buddy. Or Yash or Yosh, however we say it. Good to see you. You guys want to support the show? You can Streamlabs or Super Chat, do whatever you want. David, let's talk about the Hijack finale. We watched it.
Yes.
No spoilers. We won't spoil the Hijack finale. I promise we won't spoil it. We're just going to say what we thought overall as the show and like the whole overall as a show. Give me your thoughts and your recommendation or non-recommendation from it.
I think we need more shows like Hijack. It's really cool. It's yet to be seen if they're going to do more or tell more. I'll say is there's stuff at the end they could go into different storylines if they wanted to, but this works as a standalone. It ended well. It had a great lead, and not only Idris, but just a supporting cast. Everybody in all of those seats in the plane that we got to meet had a unique personality. They had there's even stories. Like, I'd like to know more about those characters. Not that we need 5 more seasons of Idris's storyline. I don't need necessarily that, but I just loved it. I love the action. I love how every episode ended. It was a little cliffhangery, but not too much to be like, oh, really? It's like, oh, I can't wait to watch next week. And I love, again, old school, nothing against binging, nothing against it, but old school weekly watching. Like, it just, each episode got you hooked for the next one. It was just like, not a perfect show, but pretty close to perfect. Just really good old school storytelling. A lot of action, a lot of fun. I don't know, Josh, what did you, I don't think there's a lot of flaws in it.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you said. I thought it ended well. I thought it buttoned well. I thought it, it had almost like a Die Hard-ish like ending, or even Die Hard 2. I love the special effects at the end that they even went that far. I will say my only issue with it, and I know this is so stupid. This is just a Josh Macuga plot hole. Okay, from his own travels. Okay, from his many a time on an airplane. David, you spent a lot of time on an airplane. I can't tell you how many times my wireless on that airplane never works, or it works terribly. I can't text anybody, or I can text people and then it goes away and then it comes back. I usually just give up. My computer won't work. I just watch a movie on the tiny little screen. I squint my eyes at it.
Yeah, they're just sending texts and having phone calls like it's nothing. They're like, I'm going to call my mom.
Nothing.
Mom! I'm like, how are you talking to her so clear?
What? Yeah. But
it's fine.
I will say, past that, acting was great. The storyline was great. Like you said, the total ensemble cast of everybody on the plane was awesome. Was just great. And so I think now I saw something today that like a season 2 isn't out of the realm of possibility. Would you like to see that?
Of course I would, because there's some stuff at the end where I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened. But the thing is, AJ's down there is asking, is this a contained story? Is there another season? Nothing confirmed yet, but it is contained.
It is pretty contained.
If it just ends, that's fine. If we never see another, or Hijack could be a anthology. Maybe something else gets hijacked. I mean, I don't think it could be Idris, because I mean, really, like Idris is going to get like on a train, and then oh boy, got hijacked again. But I don't know. They could do that. It could be a different hijacking. You know.
Maybe somewhere. It's a bus this time or a train.
Bus, yes, get a speed story going. I mean, who knows? Yeah, train.
Or it's a hostage situation in a bank or something like that. You know? Manuel Nunes, it's talking about things we can buy. Raylan Gibbons' hat. I like that.
It's a great hat.
That's a good one. CR says, I want Joe Boo from Major League. Well, that's a movie, but you can, agreed. Yeah. It'd be pretty fun. Jonathan Peck says, thoughts on the report of Hassan Minhaj as being eyed as the leading candidate to host The Daily Show? Well, I haven't watched The Daily Show in a very long time, probably since Jon Stewart left. I thought Trevor Noah did a fine job, but I was so annoyed by his Trump impression. It was really bad. But I was there's so many political shows. I think I became more of a Last Week Tonight with John Oliver fan than The Daily Show. And Comedy Central not having any kind of streaming presence anywhere. Because they're Viacom, it kind of takes the audience away. However, Hassan Minhaj was a buddy of mine for a while. We did stand up together. If I saw him today, we'd probably bro hug. I haven't seen him in a very, very long time. I think he's hysterical. And I think he'd be great in the job. Jonathan Peck said, I wish it would go to Jim Jeffries. I do not want Jim Jeffries hosting. I do not want Jim Jeffries hosting The Daily Show. I'm sorry. I know this sounds very geocentric, but that's a problem I have with Trevor Noah is he's from South Africa. I don't want a person that isn't American hosting a show about American politics. And that goes back to John Oliver roasting America too. Like and as he says it, like, he's an idiot. He just said he liked Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I still have a problem with people from other countries making fun of our country. I do on a TV show. I know that's ridiculous. But guess what? There are no Americans in Australia, in South Africa, in England that are making fun. They're not that are making fun of your government. There aren't. You guys would revolt. You would revolt. I'm telling you, you would.
But you see it, Josh. I mean, they're taking over. I mean, the UK. It's like Spider-Man, British. I mean, Batman, British. I mean, it's just it's. Thor's Australia. I mean, it's like,
I'm not, listen, it's not like I'm not watching it. I'm being the old man. Ain't no British person coming over here telling me our government stinks. Go back to your own damn country, put on your wig and start yelling. Anyway, there you go. You can pull it out, put another thing. I will say we went past it, David. I meant to talk about it. Now listen. This is sports talk television, but we're going to talk about it, okay? Because I think that writers or graphic artists, whoever, a lot of people are on strike, but a lot of these shows, these sports shows, are non-union. They are not union shows. So they go about it. They still do their shows. They're not actors. They're broadcasters. They're a different union. They're a different thing. They don't get residuals of the show. They do the show. They get paid a salary. They do their show. Now, hi, Bador. Claiborne Davis, I love how you're right, Claiborne. Great call. So Colin Cowherd this morning, his graphic put a list of quarterbacks that he doesn't think can ever win a Super Bowl. He put Kenny Pickett on that list, which is absurd because he's just a rookie.
And Josh, the graphic was wrong too. It's supposed to say can't, but it said can. So the graphic, even that part was wrong too. Yeah, it wasn't a good graphic all around.
And Colin Cowherd got roasted because on that list was a quarterback by the name of Dwayne Haskins. Now, for those that don't follow sports too closely, Dwayne Haskins, unfortunately, tragically passed away last year, very, very young. Okay. And he put Dwayne Haskins on this list. Now, what I think people should be thinking about is Colin Cowherd is very hard to work for. He's gone through many a co-host. Now he's got some dude that just isn't very good on there. He kind of looks like a little troll that Colin Cowherd can just abuse. He's gotten rid of 2 women out, right? This graphics person, these writers are messing with Colin Cowherd because they don't like him. And it worked. And that's what happens when you don't pay people well and you don't treat people well. That's what happens. Telling you.
All right.
The work suffers. The work will suffer. Oh, Tumbling Tornado. Hell yeah. Thank you for the great super chat. We really appreciate it. Every episode of Hijack was gripping. The finale, though, left me wanting more. Agreed. But the title seems to have a play on words. Hijack, Jack, meaning to take something, not only planes, banks, governments, identities.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. They could do a spinoff. I mean, Hijack, and I'm blanking on who had the idea. Someone else. Yeah, they could do a new A-list star. Doesn't have to be Idris. It'd be cool if like it was like, don't make it like the MCU, but Idris still existed in that world. So maybe he could come in, or maybe he could be an advisor next season. Like maybe like, oh, this guy went through the same thing. Let's call Sam. What's his name?
Sam Nelson.
Sam Nelson. The most basic name. Sam Nelson. It's like
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam. It's me.
We're still not sure what Sam does. We know he helps firms do mergers, but we don't really are you Michael Clayton?
Fixer?
What do you do? You're a fixer? Yeah. What do you do?
Fixer light? Yeah, something like
what did you major in school? What I don't know.
You do here, Steven. He's a specialist. Tumbling Tornado. He's a specialist.
Okay. Yeah.
We're all specialists in something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
For me, probably chicken McNuggets. I was gonna say it. That or golf.
Yes.
Okay. David, as always, we are running way behind. We only got to one thing in the TCA Awards. I don't know what we've got. Let's go. It's things that we're watching. Well, we've already talked about things watching. Did you watch the Johnny Manziel documentary that came on?
No, but I want to. I saw some of the reporting. It's supposed to be. Is it out now on Netflix?
It is. It's out on Netflix, and it's actually
check it out.
It's actually pretty damn good, David. It's like
I'm going to add it to my. I heard that he went through some rough stuff. I heard. I kind of forgot about him, but it seems like it took a toll on him emotionally. What happened to him in the league? So I got to check that out.
It's well done, and he comes across very good. In a very you want to root for the guy way.
Yeah. So all I remember for him in college, just doing this, show me the money. That's kind of all I remember about him. And then he came in the league, and then he was out. But
yes, yeah. Okay. Here we go. I've got some JOSHPARDY questions for you, David. I haven't done a JOSHPARDY in a minute. And I thought I would, we were going to rank some things. Next week we'll rank something again, but I'm just messing with you at this point now, David. Okay. We're going to rapid fire through these questions and see how many you get right. Okay. You mentioned this early. This was a tease. This is really funny. Okay. These are either characters on NCIS or CSI. Are you ready?
Oh no. Ready. Okay.
Here we go. Clayton Reeves.
CSI.
Nope. NCIS. Jessica Knight.
CSI.
Nope. NCIS.
No.
Morgan Brody.
Oh, that's got to be a CSI person.
Oh, that's CSI.
Yeah.
He's got one.
I've never seen a single episode of any of those shows.
Not one. And I know Amanda has almost seen all of them. Okay. How about this one? Trent Court.
That NCIS?
It is. He's got two.
Yeah.
He's got two. How about Henry Andrews?
That's a CSI.
Yes, it is. 3 points. Wendy Sims.
NCIS.
No, she's CSI.
Oh.
How about Shannon Gibbs?
That's NCIS?
Yes, it is. 4
All right.
points.
All right.
Kayla Vane.
Ooh. I think I'm getting this. That's CSI.
Nope, that's NCIS.
These names, I don't know about these names. Sound made up.
DB Russell.
That's a CSI.
Yes, it is. That's Ted Danson's character. There you go.
Oh, okay.
And finally, Mandy Webster.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 gamble, exactly. NCIS.
That's CSI. David goes 50% on a CSI NCIS Bador. It's a 50-50 gamble. That's what you get for JOSHPARDY. I've got another category that we can get to next time, David, on TV Talk. We're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. David, you want to do a
That's because you go so high in your register. It's only it's like the dog whistle. It's like,
yes,
something's not coming through. Mine is going to be real quick. Only Murders in the Building, season 3 on Hulu right now. Love that show. I love it. It's so charming. You have some good new additions this season. You have the I just blanked on her name. Who's from Devil Wears Prada?
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep is joining. Michael Ealy is going to be in this season. So there's some cool guest stars. I always say check it out. If you haven't watched a single episode, check it out. It's fun.
Boom.
It's like 30 minutes an episode too. It's short, which is great.
Okay. Okay, so I need to finish season 2, then get to season 3. I have to finish season 2 of Res Dogs to get to season 3. I got to finish.
Watch The Banner of Heaven before you watch anything. I mean, after you get done with Mayans, watch Under the Banner of Heaven.
Under the Banner of Heaven. Done and done. Brittany Parker given. Okay. And then finally, my is David, Mr. In Between. It was on FX.
Good show.
Great. I loved that show. The actor that played Mr. In Between, I never seen him in anything before or since.
Same.
And I would go back to the beginning and watch that show all over again. It was so understated. It was so slice of life. And it was so dark and disturbing, but also just felt normal. I guess because it was Australia. I don't know.
I love the relationship with his daughter. Yeah, it was really good.
Badora says, "Stop, Josh. My dogs are barking." Sorry, Badora.
the dogs can hear it.
Man, it's so good. David Griffin at Griffin DE across all social medias at Josh Macuga. That's me. Thank you all for being here. We're just two dads that love talking TV. Two buddies.
Football is back. Hard Knocks tonight. JETS. Jets.
Oh, that's right. Hard Knocks is back.
Hard Knocks is tonight on HBO.
Amanda's out of town. I'm single dad for a couple days, so I'll be watching Hard Knocks alone tonight. Then trying to watch some.
That's me in a couple days. I'm single dad in about 2 days.
Whoa!
Going to Scottsdale.
Whoa! It is high stress. It is high stress. No, it's a ton of fun. Rosie's sweet, and we're very lucky. David, I love you, buddy. Thanks everybody for watching. Great to see everybody in chat. Thanks for making this chat very lively. Anything you guys want us to talk about on a show, just throw it in chat. Support the show, streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. And, any kind of super chats you guys want to do. We're just here and we love talking TV. And thank you all so much. As always, be positive, choose positivity, call somebody, text them, tell them you love them. It matters. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good, put down the book, pick up the remote. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm going to hit this end broadcast thing and